here for years want to get a baby, and I will speak about my baby. I am excited of my first fruit daughter.
Let signs and wonders, miracles follow you.
Welcome to Wafif Connect. Here's your host.
Well, it is a Monday and we are in the building. My name is Pastor Kim.
And this is DJ CD.
Oh, you mean it is 4:30 and it is a Monday, so we are definitely in the building. What a historic day it is today. Right now, people are experiencing a total solar eclipse.
Yes.
And this has not happened for 100 years. So we just want to recognize that today is a very significant day. And we hope that you are having a great day wherever you are listening to us from, whether you are seeing it totally or partially. I hope that you are experiencing this very, very significant day. But we're going to keep the conversation going, and we want you to share this. We want you to let somebody know that we are live, and it is Wafif Connect. Big up to our Apostle and First Lady, Apostle Courtney, Dr. Courtney McLean, and Reverend Nadine McLean, and all the Wafif campuses. Big up to yourself. So it's time for the first feature of the day.
Please stay tuned for the thought of the day.
The thought of the day brought to you by Aunt May Helsher Style Fish Fry Fridays. This and every Friday, come and experience some amazing dishes from Aunt May Kitchen. They have on the menu fish, lobster, oxtail, jerk, chicken, jerk, Chenton. Jerk pork is that? Yes, that's what that is. Pepper shrimp, just to name a few. Go and check them out at 3799 Northwest 26th Street in Lauderdale Lakes, Florida, or give them a call at 954-701-7732 or 954-990-3557. So thought of the day today, DJ CD. As we said that today is a very significant day. A total solar eclipse has not happened for 100 years. That's true. Very, very, very interesting. So unless you are 100 and plus years old, you would have not experienced anything like this. But what are people saying when a solar eclipse like this is happening? As a matter of fact, there was an earthquake in New York City recently. Right. And it was actually 4.8 in magnitude. Yes. And today is 4/8, April 8th. And so a lot of people are saying that this is definitely a sign, which I too agree that this is a sign. There's no way you can just go on about your day and not realize that the heavens are definitely speaking. So what are people saying? So number one, I'm going to share number one, you share number two, and I'll share number three. Number one thing that people are saying is that the world is coming to an end.
Wow, that's true. And definitely, Pastor, the world is coming to an end.
It really is, though.
It is, because when you think about the signs of the time.
Oh, yeah.
You know what's happening all over the world, nations fighting against nations.
Oh, yeah.
There is wars.
Rumors of wars, yeah.
The Bible talks to us about that. You know, so definitely the world is coming to an end. Number two, Jesus is coming again.
Oh, yeah. I was watching CNN earlier on YouTube, and all you see in the comments is Jesus is coming again. Yeah. That's all you see people posting. And I mean, you know, a lot of the times events like this cause people to really recognize that, in fact, Jesus is coming again. And it is definitely true that he is coming again. But a lot of people also, they take it for granted, you know. They don't really pay attention to the signs. But we want to reiterate today, not just because it's a solar eclipse, but whether or not it was, Jesus definitely is coming again. And the final thing that people are out here in these streets thinking with a total solar eclipse is that the moon is falling out of the sky or that we will never see the sun again. I can tell you, DJ CD, that when I saw the total eclipse, I was like, yep, fingers crossed, the sun gonna come out again, okay? Sun, we gonna need you to come out again.
Yes,
so,
yes. And I think, just to add to that, Pastor, I think the Mayan culture, I think they are Mesoamerican Indians.
Yes.
I think that's a myth for them.
Yes.
Their culture, I think they said that the sun is dying.
Yes.
And also for them, it's a time of introspection.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. No, but honestly though, when I was watching it on TV, and it really does spark, like, hey, we really do need to pay attention to this, like take a look at ourselves,
That's true.
because one of the things that it reminds us of is that we are not in control.
True.
And we talked
Definitely.
about this at church yesterday, is that we are not in control. God knows what he's doing up there in the heavenlies. We don't know what he's doing. We think we know, but we don't know. And the reality is that, hey, anything happens, anything God wants to do, there's absolutely nothing we could do about it.
That's true.
If that moon stayed still, if that sun stood still like in the book of Joshua, there is nothing we could do about it. All we had to do we would just have to adjust.
Yes.
So yeah, we just wanted to share those thoughts with you today. We hope you're having a great day out there. Please let us know if you're hearing us and where you are hearing us from. Hit us up. We are on Facebook. We are on YouTube. It's Wafif Connect. So we're going to jump into the second feature of the day.
Right this minute.
Who is in the house? Who is in the house? Who is in the house?
Right
Oh yeah, it's Pastor Kim.
And it's DJ CD.
All right, so we are in the house today. We've been looking at this month, Jesus is the answer. And in fact, the reason why we're saying this is that there are a lot of questions out there in the world, including some of the things we just shared earlier. As people are seeing these different things happening in the world, what's really, really, really happening? Yeah. But today we want to talk about just growing up in church and some of the stuff we heard that drove fear into us, like we're literally afraid, but also it united our hearts to fear the Lord. And I want to read Joel 2:31 on this very pivotal day. It says, the sun will be turned to darkness, and the moon to blood before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord. And I mean, we're laughing about this in studio because we were just talking about, myself and DJ CD, just the heart-wrenching fear that it drove into us as children. For me, brimstone and fire was definitely what got me in that water quick and fast. When I started to understand what that means, because just imagine the pot burning you or the fire burning. I remember one day, I was in the outside kitchen roasting dumplings. I mean, unless you're Caribbean, you don't know nothing about this stuff. Outside roasting dumplings. So dumplings, of course, y'all know dumplings.
Right.
It made of flour. So we would roast the dumpling, would put it in the fire. And this day, my mom always tells us, don't wear any baggy t-shirts or any loose clothes when you're doing stuff like that. Girl didn't listen. Honey, I was over that fire roasting my dumpling and my shirt caught on fire. My mom ran out. Yeah, my mother know. Stop, drop, and roll. Listen, let me tell you something. What I experienced on that day, I'm not sure I want to experience that again, because I literally, I was engulfed in flames.
Right.
Listen, but, in big and serious though, growing up in church and hearing about what's ahead, if it is that you don't change your life, brimstone and fire definitely got me to change my life. What was it for you, DJ CD?
For me, like I was sharing with you, Pastor, I never want to grow up.
And why? Why?
Because hearing about the description of hell, when I think about fire, and I remember we had this neighbor, she got caught up in a house fire.
My God.
Right? And when you look on her skin, I used to be scared of her as a child. Because when you look on her skin, she was like, her skin, the outer part, where she was burned so badly.
My God.
Her hands, her feet. So as a child, seeing her, I used to, every time I see her, I run. Right? So fire for me was the scariest part. And just thinking about am I really gonna go to hell?
You know?
Or you don't want to grow up knowing that you're going to experience this, or because at
My
the time I
God.
never know about the real place of heaven. People just more focus on hell
Oh, yeah.
at that point.
Oh, yeah.
And also for me, it was a thing for me growing up, because when you look at, they talk about also the disasters that will happen, that will come. I don't want to grow up to see that.
But here we are experiencing
And
it.
we
No,
are,
I mean an earthquake in the middle of New York City. Like what? And I feel like a lot of just what I heard as a child growing up, I'm living to see it now. Having come through a pandemic, experiencing earthquakes myself, looking at countries like Haiti, which just, I'm totally heartbroken.
Yeah.
Just the earthquake in
War
New York City.
between Ukraine and Russia.
Come on, it's like so many things are happening in the world, and we would have heard about all of this coming up as children, and now to be actually, being in the front seat of this, it is really like, we really do have to take stock of our lives, and this is what it is. At the end of the day, Jesus is the answer for all of this. Like Jesus, you surrendering your life to Jesus Christ is your only escape. Because listen, there is no other way. Jesus said in John 14:6, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man comes unto the Father but by me. And yesterday as we were talking about letting go of the control, the battle of the wills, the place called Gethsemane. And even last night in communion, when we discussed just how much we love to hold on to stuff, and as we read in Job 13, 14, 15, and 16, how Job said, God, though you slay me, I'm going to trust you. But guess what?
Yes.
I'm going to hold on to my will.
Yes.
We quote that scripture, but we don't quote the whole thing, right?
True.
But Job said, slay me, I'm going to trust you, but I'm going to hold on to my will. So it's almost as if we're hugging our thing. We don't want to let go. True. But when these bigger things happen in the world, you realize how much control you don't have. How much control you really don't have. And so it's like, I don't want to ever make people feel like, you're cornered. God gave you the free will. The free will you have, the power of choice you have, God gave that to you. And I'm saying, if you are going to use it wisely.
True.
Because, go ahead.
To add to that, Pastor, what is so sad, a lot of people are still out there that say, look how long me here say God a come. And when because I remember, I used to teach at a basic school in Jamaica, right?
Right.
It's like kindergarten age group. And I remember a friend of mine saying, Colleen, you're gonna go to college? And I said, yes, I want to go, but God soon come, right? And I remember that, I think it was last year. She said, Colleen, you remember that conversation?
Right.
And she said, look, you went through college and God not come yet, but he's coming for sure. And I said, yes, thank you for the reminder, because I know definitely God is coming. I know that before, and I still believe that he's coming. But there are a lot of people out there that just say, oh, look how long they wait upon God for come. And that's sad.
Yeah, because you know what? We'd have to take time to explain that God lives in eternity and we live in time. So for us, it feels like it's a long time. For God, 1,000 years is a day in his sight.
Right.
So for us, it's like, whoa, it's taking a long time. But God is right there at the door. And I just want to point out to somebody today that if you're going to use your free will and your power to choose, I'd say choose what's beneficial to you at the end of the day, because everything in this world, Solomon says, is vanity. It goes up in flames in a quick minute. You lose everything, I was saying to the church, when the hearse pulls up, it's just a body in the casket. Wow. You see what I mean? And trust me, that casket going to rotten at some point and it's just going to be bones. True. So you take nothing. Naked you come, naked you go. So when you done accomplished everything, what's next? And I think that you should use your power of choice to choose what's beneficial for you. And that, my friend, is Jesus.
Amen.
This is Pastor Kim.
And I'm CD.
DJ. We love you and we'll see you next Monday. Join us tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday for Wafif Connect. We're out.
Bye.
You just heard Wafif Connect, a program about the supernatural, where you get your miracles now. That's right, real stories from real people with real results. And aired on this station Monday to Friday at 4:30 p.m. with Apostle Courtney McLean and our campus pastors, Reverend Kimola Brownlow of Wafif Fort Lauderdale, Pastor Michael Taylor, Wafif Kingston, Reverend Kenroy Waldo, Wafif Clarendon, and Reverend Tennyson Dixon of Wafif Canada, and produced by Wafif Worship and Faith International Fellowship. Connect with us on Instagram at Miracles Now Connect.
You were just tuned into Wafif Connect here on the Station of the Stars. You can catch them here every Monday from 4:30 p.m. till 4:45. Your local time is now 4:47 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Your local time in London, England is now 9:47 p.m. In Kingston, Jamaica is 3:47 p.m. In Johannesburg, South Africa, it is now 10:47 p.m. Les Saba, Honduras, 2:47 p.m. And this time, it is sponsored by Wafif Connect, proud sponsors of Omega Radio. Keep it locked in, tuned in, don't touch dial, don't go anywhere. We're coming back in with DJ Aaron.
Somebody talk about